meeting to order, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, everyone? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, liberty,
indivisible, liberty,
and justice for all.
justice for all.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been met by transmitting the notice of the regular meeting to the Commissioner's official newspaper on February 4th, 2021, posting the notice where required and filing a copy of the notice with the Commission clerk. The Dealing Commission meeting will be audio videotaped and will be shown on APTV, Optimum 77, and throughout most of Monmouth County on FiOS 30. Allenhurst? Asbury Park?
Yes.
Deal? Interlaken?
Yes.
Walk Arbor?
Here.
Neptune?
Yes.
Ocean?
yes,
Tonight, we have Resolution 2161, a resolution to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of September 30th, 2021. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second,
I'll second.
Allenhurst? Asbury Park?
Yes.
Interlaken?
Yes.
Walk Arbor?
Yes.
Neptune?
Yes.
Ocean?
yes.
Tonight, we have a resolution to approve the treasurer's report and pay bills. Eric, do you have the treasurer's report?
I'm looking, not right in front of me.
Okay. Do you want me to, I'll read it?
Okay, that'd be good.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jesse.
The balance on hand at the beginning of the month was $86,208.44. We had receipts of $12,663.74, which included the quarter 10 reimbursement for the 319 grant. We had disbursements of $1,330.02. We had disbursements for the 319 grant of $2,816.91. For total disbursements of $4,146.93, for a total on deposit at the end of the month of $94,725.25. Someone please offer to pay the treasurer's report. And people.
I'll
Someone-
offer Asbury Park.
Second,
I'll second.
Asbury Park.
Yeah.
Neptune has it.
Neptune second, I know. Interlaken,
Yes.
Walk Arbor,
Yes.
Neptune,
Yes.
Ocean.
Yes,
Okay, take it away, Don.
okay. Flume electrification project, as you know, it's over. We're waiting for a check. So I did confirm with the Corps of Engineers that they do have the package from the state of New Jersey, and they're in review, and within 30 days, I believe we'll have a check going to the state of New Jersey, and hopefully for the full amount. So just keep your fingers crossed, and then we'll see what the process is from the state of New Jersey. Peter, you have anything to add to that, or?
Only that we have a lot of jealous towns and lake commissions for the work that we did. You have such control over the potential for flooding and the control of the potential for flooding that every lake commission I talked to is just amazed that we were able to accomplish this. So thanks to the commission, thanks to Don and to the DEP and the Corps. We really haven't worked this closely with those two agencies before on a project. So it was a very beneficial project. I hope that they see it that way when they process the funding. I think they will.
The biggest problem I got now is we have spiders all over the place. So the spiders are having fun down there.
We can take care of that.
Hey, Peter.
And by the way, we are still working. I did talk to our audiovisual guy that put the system in, and I think I'm trying to get him connected with Ken on getting the video, at least a piece of the video, up on our website. So that's
Okay.
still live and kicking. So just want to
Yes, sir.
I was at a West Lake Commission meeting today. We had the Chris Smith's off there.
Yep.
The mayor of Bradley Beach and Rob Lane from Neptune. And your name came up about work that needs to be done on the West Lake. So keep your ears open for that.
Okay. I'll have Don call them for me.
Oh yeah, I got nothing else to do. Okay,
Thank you.
319 grant. It was a big 2 weeks for us. I never saw so much heavy equipment around Deal Lake or the vicinity dealing with lake maintenance. We put in 3 major treatment devices plus 6 converter boxes that go over to the outfall line. So we have off-line treatment devices and in-line diverters. And the diverters were various different sizes, very different shapes. And I was just amazed how fast our contractor, how smoothly it all went together. So I pat on the back for Precise and Peter's team that got it all together. It was supposed to take 4 weeks. It took 2 weeks. And the job was immaculate. And there's a few minor things they have to come back for. And Peter, you can go over that if you don't mind.
One of the issues that we discussed with the contractor and the city while we were doing work is a repair of a drainage inlet. Don, which
Sunset.
it's the north west corner of
Correct.
Sunset, well, Sunset and Grand Avenue. Huge problem that the city was having right in our area of construction. I think he's going to start tomorrow, if not Monday,
Okay.
on the work.
And
So
that's
it's a
by the-
component part that we're going to include in our grant
Yeah.
for improvement.
Asbury got the quote and we said, we'll take it. It's actually a diversion of the water that brings more water to the treatment device to be treated. So we consider it part of the utility aspect. And it actually is going to prevent flooding downstream by, I think it's Bond Street and Sunset. So the
Exactly
neighbors
right.
are very happy.
Exactly right. Yeah, it was a non-functioning or non-properly functioning drainage inlet that was not connected to the drainage system that we put the unit on. So we're diverting it back and it's going into our system. It will be
Yeah.
treated before it goes into
Ken,
Sunset.
can you give me control of the screen share? I just want to show, I want to show some photos. I think it's important to see what was done there.
Are you going to talk about the most important aspect of the whole project?
Yes, I'm going to show that. Yes. Yes.
You
I
will
know what
all
you're gonna
see
say.
something remarkable that happened the end of last week and today with our
I saw
wonderful
the
Asbury
pictures.
Park
It was
High School.
amazing.
Okay, this is the, hold on, let me grab some of this stuff. I gotta move you guys first. Okay. Let me go up here. This is the, these are the diverters. This is on Memorial.
That's on Memorial
These were-
Drive.
These were amazing. There was 48-inch main, stormwater main, and it was 6 or 5-inch thick concrete, and it was poured in place 60 years ago, whatever. And it looked like brand new pipe. It was insane. So these diverters were designed and placed over the pipe. This was all sealed up in concrete. The bottom was all sealed in concrete, and the treatment device is off to the left. And I'll show you that in a second. These are the diverters that were placed down in them. That's the offline treatment device right in front of the gift shop there in Asbury Park on Memorial.
Fifth Avenue and
And
Memorial. Drive.
here's the best part of our project. I thought Peter and I got a thrill out of this. We had the engineering class, sophomore engineering class at Asbury Park High School come over for a tour, and these kids just loved it. They got a first-hand knowledge of how these things function and the jobs that the engineering jobs, the construction jobs, and they got to talk to the workers. It was phenomenal. And they came back today, and I don't have the pictures up yet, but we actually cleaned out the device on Comstock, which was full of debris, and I'll show that in a couple minutes. But here's the device. This is the main clean out area where the centrifuge is, and then you got the floatables go over here, and it's it all goes. This is the one on
If you
Sunset.
drive, Don, I think you should say, if you drive that block today,
Oh, yeah.
you'll drive over pavement because their job is completely done.
You can't even tell they were there. It's amazing. This is the Sunset. Look at it, the egret that's hanging out there. They're going to have a little bit more work to do here on the outlet pipe, but this treatment device is in on the northwest corner. This is nobody's dead here. This is the old monument for the bridge that we replaced, but this was all dug up. The tree was saved. It was trimmed back. So this goes to this is on this Fifth Avenue side. And these are immense size devices. And let me go back down a little bit. That was the Comstock location yesterday. We went over and checked it out. This is the muck that was in there that didn't get into the lake, right? This was trapped in the treatment device. So we have 2 of these already in Deal Lake. Now we have basically 3 more, 2 in Sunset and 1 in Memorial. So we have a total of 6. I'm 5 on Deal Lake right now. Sorry.
They're juniors from the high school engineering department.
That was today. Juniors were today, and the sophomores were the other day. By the way, some loose information. Let me see here. So this was the box going right into the treatment device. Hold on. But it was amazing how it was brought in. Let me see, expand this a little bit. So the guys guided it in. It was all leveled off on the bottom. Peter's team was there inspecting it. There's Carol there taking photos. But every install had a giant crane, a bunch of workers, and I was oversight engineer. And we also had the Comtech engineer and sales guy was here overseeing everything. So there it was, all done. Hold on 1 second. Okay. And here's the inside. Oops, sorry. This is the inside of the MTD, which is, it's pretty impressive. And the lid, this was around 41,000 pounds on the one location. I think this was on the Fifth Avenue side. And here they're putting some caulk down to put the top on. This is all sealed. The water flows in here, goes in here, and goes under this concrete piece into the last chamber, then back out into the lake, all offline. And there's the completed one on the Sunset side. So a lot of action last week, and it was great teamwork, and I was very pleased. I think everybody was pleased. Now we just have to wait for the state to send a check. So what Jack and I are working on that. It's we're asking for advance payment. They gave us just pay the contractor a certain amount of money, and that's I think we have to talk about now. I like to start payment of the contractor at least a $20,000 check, if we can do that. Now I don't know if we need special authorization for that, or we just cut the check and let Lorraine handle the exact amount. Hunt, what do we have to do on that?
Well, you have to identify where in your budget it's coming from. Is it budgeted?
Well,
I would assume that it was, but
it's budget. Sure, it's in.
I mean, there has to be a budget line item for it if you're going to tap into it.
The budget line we have in there, the budget line for the complete project, right?
For the 319 grant.
Hunt, this differs a little bit from the project funding intent, which was to complete the work, get the work cost reimbursed by the state, and then pay the contractor. That was the intent of the project.
Correct.
This is changing that a little bit by paying the contractor partially before the state reimburses the commission for the work completed.
It was kind of a goodwill. We have so much funds we have 94,000, but we could pay 20,000 and still function as a commission and pay our bills, right? So goodwill.
Yeah, so you can treat it as a bill, I suppose, but as I said, if you haven't budgeted for it, it's got to come from somewhere.
Oh, it's in the budget. It's there. We already know that. That's a given.
All right.
I would check with Lorraine first.
Well, yeah, but do we need a special motion?
Let's put it this way: make the motion and then make it subject to approval by your CFO.
Okay.
And then, because if she's got an objection to it, it shouldn't go out.
Sure. So it would be a payment of $20,000 to Precise Engineering for the work on the invoice. I think it's 147,000. What, Jack, you have the number right in front of you?
I don't have it in front of me, but I know it's 143 and change.
Okay, so we're paying.
I can bring it up real quick.
Okay.
Somewhere.
So of the invoice, of the current invoice we have, we'll pay a $20,000 fee as long as the CFO approves the transaction.
Right. From this legal standpoint, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. So that's
Don, is that for the whole project, the 143,000? Is that?
That's half.
That's half of it. It's 143.62 and 35 cents. 36 cents, excuse me.
Is it half the project?
It's half of the MTD project.
Yeah, they'll be billing us for the rest soon.
Yeah. And we're going to have to deal with this kind of stuff moving forward with the Wesley Park BMP as well, or Wesley Lake.
But that
Ocean Grove
that dollar
BMP.
value isn't as scary as
And then we're going to, right. No, not at all.
and plus we have $71,000 still to come in
We
on
hope.
the other project. Right.
Right. And I think that was the biggest stumbling block.
You want to make the motion, Don, to approve 25?
I just did. I just need a second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay, so it's, you want a check to the contractor, Precise Construction for $20,000 for the MTVs, subject to the approval from the CFO.
Correct.
Yeah,
Asbury Park,
yes.
Asbury Park, Interlaken,
Yes.
North Garber,
Yes.
Neptune,
Yes.
Ocean.
Yes. And one thing I donated was the hard hats for the kids. And I'll tell you, I was a little I wanted to decorate them myself. I wanted to put a logo on it, and I didn't have time, so I gave them the helmets. I said, "Please do your own artwork." And these kids outdid themselves. They personalized them. They put the Deal Lake logo on them, and they wore them in school all day. So they're very proud of what they did, and we're going to have them back out again. We're going to bring them down to the flume. They're getting permission to go down to the flume, and we're going to give them a tour of the flume, and then we're going to have them open up the flume at the end of the flume, so they'll see the water rushing out of the pipe. So that'll be quite a day.
I'd like to just add one.
Sure.
Express appreciation from the DOA Commission to the Department of Public Works in Asbury Park and to the Asbury Park Police Department, who were so very cooperative throughout this period. And every time we called them, and anything they did it, and they were great. So
Well,
could we send a letter to them and thank
Well,
from the
it's definitely the road department, the police, they kind of get paid for that. That was kind of contracted with the contractor, so I don't want to touch that one. But I would thank the DPW and the engineering team. We can write a letter on that. And we helped a lot with them. It was a very joint effort because we found 4 pipes in Memorial that they didn't know about. And now, because they're going to be doing the road construction, they're a lot more knowledgeable of what's underground. Peter's guys were ripping out their hairs for a couple hours until we got some determination from the gas company that there was a dead line, and we had a dead water line and 2 storm water lines that were dead. So we think they're dead. So the first big rainstorm, we'll find out if we did it right or wrong, right? And Peter, you want to add to that a little bit?
Well, for us, it was a normal construction project.
I know.
In Asbury Park, you're always threatened with the unknown. I have historical records back to the early 1900s. I have pipes that were put in and that are no longer there, and I have pipes that were put in that are there. We've done projects on the high school property. We knew everything that was in the road, and there's still more there. So you expect it. You let the contractor know to expect it. The luck, and Don and I talked about this in the field, the luck that we had is that we had a miraculously talented machine operator. This is a huge piece of equipment with a 2.5 cubic yard bucket on it, and he's treating it like it's a paintbrush. He went down, he usually they just rip the earth out. He felt the pipe, which was a gas pipe, and he stopped and he scraped off the dirt, and then the guys went out by hand and dug it, realized that it most likely was a gas pipe, called the gas company, they came out, and they have to do their thing to verify that it's not active, and then we moved on. But we found this 3 or 4 times, and you expect it, but it's good. When it's a good contractor, it's easy.
And the town officials were right on. The mayor was out there for the kids, and their engineer and Robert Pancini, head of DPW, was there. And, we had a lot of assistance from those guys. So we're definitely going to thank them for sure.
And setting up the Comstock time today for the kids to be there. So they waited.
Yeah, that worked out beautifully tonight. It was beautiful. So,
And I don't know if you mentioned Kevin's name, Don, but Kevin Gould is the director of the engineering curriculum at the high school. Kevin is an electrical engineer, but he's a remarkably personable electrical engineer. We usually deal with electrical engineers and they're in a little cubicle and they, design their little circuit boards and things. This guy is amazing. He retired and he wanted to give something back. So he came to the school and they started this program. And I'm amazed how many kids are involved in it. In Asbury Park High School, in an urban environment, we had kids that were dying, desperate to come out. 2 of them that we talked to today are on the football team. They're kind of thrilled. They were right next to the football field, so I talked to them about that a little bit. And they're just kind of thrilled with all the work the DLA Commission does. And we were thrilled with how receptive they were to it.
It was one of the best thing that came out of the whole project. It was wonderful. Okay,
So we have to thank Steve. We have to thank Steve for putting that education component. I know it's in the 319 grant, but emphasizing it with Jack was the best thing we could have done on this project, because now we have a whole nother group of kids that want to be members of the DLA Commission.
And I hope it helps us down the road to get another grant, right? So.
Yeah, we have an opportunity to actually, parlay on that a little bit more, because I just got approached by NOMS to write an article for the winter edition of Lakeline, dealing with urban lakes, particularly with, community involvement. So
Wow.
it's something that I was going to reach out to you guys. They just contacted me this week, and it would be a great thing if we could get, the teacher, the kids, use all those pictures, and, because that's a great story,
Yeah. Well, in addition, the floating wetlands, the amount of people that helped on that. We also had the rain garden, which Jack and
Right.
Steve worked on. That was put in last week, and it was
October, the week of October 5th. They spent a lot of time
I have
on
pictures.
that. Yep.
I have pictures. I haven't put up on Facebook yet, but they loved having that effort, and they're also asking for, and we'll probably put it out there, if the public want to make donations, they're looking to build a new sign for $1,200. So I don't know if they did a GoFundMe, but if they do, we'll advertise that for them. But the rain garden looks great, and it's now fully 100% functional. And we helped with that. That was the 319 grant that helped. And there was hands-on by the people in the Asbury Park Shade Tree Commission. So it's a real joint effort on all fronts on this 319 project.
Just to piggyback on that, you remember that Juliette Goulet from Brookdale College, who expressed that many of the students that she works with in her environmental science program are from Asbury Park. So that's another
Sure.
part of that we can involve them in something that you're talking about, Steve.
And she mentioned a separate educational grant, didn't she?
Yes. Yep, she did.
So we got Jack. The next section of this 319 grant is the tree boxes and the rain gardens, and that's, I guess, in the hands of Pete's guys, I guess, at this point in time. So, okay, let's move on. No word from NJIT.
Does Jack have anything to say about
What's
this grant?
Yeah, I mostly covered. I mean, yeah, the MTDs are in, the rain garden is done. It's just at this point, it's a matter of getting that the BMPs over at on Wesley Lake and Ocean Grove, getting them squared away, and that's the wheels are turning. They're getting there.
Any more questions on the 319?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, I'll move on. Nothing on NJIT actions. I haven't heard anything on that. Nobility Crest. Mr. Perry and I had a meeting with Nobility Crest. It was very productive. I still owe them a name and a company name and a person that was involved with discussions we had up in the site the day of the event. And I'm waiting for that information from the Township of Ocean. So when I get that, we'll have another discussion. But they're very open for dialogue. Would you say that, Hunt?
Yes, we met with the representative from Nobility Crest. I've known him a long time, and the company is help me, Don. Amboy Bank, and they're privately held, and they want to be the good neighbors. So they were very interested in getting more information from us, and then they'll come back to us and see where we're going. But
when they saw the photos, in the video, they understood what was going on. Okay. We'll leave it there. Shoreline protection education update. I know Jeannie and I and Steve are working on the brochure. It's almost done, and Jeannie should have it printed up shortly, I believe. So I think there's one last discussion Steve, I, and her have to have, and then we're done with that. And that'll be great. It's needed. And
Speak to that. Yeah, it looks like we all agreed, Don, Steve and I, that it's at its final draft stage.
Yep.
Once we have it printed, and the last meeting approved the funding for producing the brochures to print them. I will be wanting to, since we don't have a meeting next week, saying this now, I'd like to, since I finished it and we've gone ahead and printed it, I'd like to go reach out and ask for volunteers. Like, we need a little army of volunteers to help to distribute those brochures to lakeside property owners, to the towns, to the construction departments. And I don't see, maybe here, but Bruce Palmer made a good suggestion to distribute to the realtors.
hey, Jeannie, can we look into mailing those? Because we should be easily be able to recognize the mailing addresses for all the lakefront owners. And because some of the people don't live here and they'll get mailed to their proper address.
Well, there's going to be a cost associated with that. So do you want to spend money to do that?
It's not that much money. I don't think it's excessive. I think we could figure that one out. So let's talk about that offline. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's keep moving. I'm going to keep moving here, guys. The Coke plant. I sent Steve's report into the Neptune Township, but I got no response, Peter. Do you know what's happening?
You don't get a response.
Oh.
It's a public meeting. It's a meeting of the planning board. When the planning board meets, if you want to speak, you go speak in the public session where you can have comments. That's the only way you can do it. The testimony on the stormwater management component of the application, first meeting, but you certainly have the ability to make comments during the comment portion. And that's when all of their testimony is complete, which may be this meeting.
What's the date of that meeting, sir?
A week from yesterday, which is the 27th of October at 7 p.m. And I believe it's first agenda, even though there are a couple other applications.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And and Don, both reports are part of the public record now. So if you go onto the planning board site and you get into the M&M development, both of those reports are part of the public comment.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so they have been uploaded.
Excellent.
And I did go over the public notice, and there are, and I talked to Matt Mariano about this just to get some clarification. They are asking for an exemption for a portion of the site pertaining to some stormwater runoff. It's actually a really small portion of the site, and some of it is part of the buffer. However, consistent with what we're looking for, it appears that they are, it seems like they're going to go ahead and put in an MTD in the road to address some of this runoff. Okay, so that's, it's not in stone, but it seems like, they're going to comply with, that request. And it's something that, both Peter and Matt also had insisted that the applicant consider. So seems like they're considering it. They're willing to do that. And I'm pretty satisfied with, their updated stormwater management plan.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks.
Good to know.
Anything else on the Coke plant? We're good? Okay, we'll Hunt, if you could be available on the 27th, we might, if we're going to talk, I think you have to be with us, I believe. Is that correct?
I don't know about the comment period, Don. It might not pertain to comments.
Okay. Okay. Be around. I may have to call you. Goose remediation, I'll tell you, that was a great briefing we just had. I was very pleased with the information. I learned a lot, and we'll take it from there. I don't know of how many people from the other lakes were there. Obviously, Lake Apacon was there. We had the folks from Lake Como. I'm not sure about Sunset and Wesley. So I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll see the tape and they can take it from there. But we've been talking, so they're they want to keep their strategy is use everything, and that's pretty much what we're going to try to do next year. Is try to use all those methods. We have a lot of them in use. We don't use the lights yet, but in some sections of the lake, we might want to use them. So we'll talk about it another time. Carp remediation, I can tell you the net has arrived at my house. So it's going to go in storage. I don't know if we'll probably end up testing it on land and see if we get everything working the way we want it. And then hopefully next year we can implement the carp remediation with the nets.
John, has the deterrent been applied yet to Deal Lake Drive along?
The what?
The deterrent,
No, has not.
When
Are you talking about the material? No, we have not.
when will
We have
that,
not pushed the button on that. We still have it authorized, but we haven't done it.
when will that be done?
That's what I was trying to get. I was trying to get her to, the best time. So, we're probably going to hold off until later in the winter, right? At the end of the winter and start right at the beginning of the nesting season. And then go on through the summer. So we have enough money in that allocated to do that. And the treatment we're using is a lot cheaper than the others. So we should get
Hey, Don, before those nets are deployed, we need to get a permit from DEP. So
yes, I thought we applied.
didn't apply because we didn't know when we were going to be doing this.
Okay.
And DEP needs to know pretty much exactly the window.
I like to test it in the back sections in November if we can do it. It's getting cold, but I like to test it at least and fully deploy it. I guess next summer. They probably won't allow us to do it until what, July, August timeframe.
Depends. No, I think we could apply for a permit to do to start like as early as say like April, and then run it right through July and see what their response is on that.
If they let us, I thought they don't let us do it during the nesting season.
They may not. Yeah, I mean they may push back on doing it while the bass are spawning. But
I don't want to do it then either. Yeah.
Yeah. But we
can you find out the window we can do it at, Steve?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, because we got a little late. Be honest with you, it's with all the stuff we're working with the 319. It was a little overwhelming. It became almost another job for me. So, but that's over, and now we can move on to other things. Okay, let me keep rolling, guys. Ship and Sniff. By the way, there was an article. I don't know if I sent it to you, but they're doing a show and tell. I'll send it to everybody. I think in a couple of weeks down in Barnegat Bay. They're actually bringing the dogs down here, and I'll send that to everyone. It's in a couple of weeks, I believe, and you can get to meet the dogs. And it's going to be I guess a press conference with the use of the dogs. They're bringing the dogs, I guess, from Maine. They'll have them in Barnegat Bay, Tom's River area, I believe. So that's pretty interesting. If anybody wants to go, I'll send that out to you. We had two meetings in the last couple of weeks on restoration of the four lakes, west of Wickapecka. And, Peter arranged one. Peter, you want to go over your walkthrough with the county?
Sure. We met with the county engineer and a member of the engineering staff. Took them to Hollow Brook, Fireman's Pond, Terrace Pond, and Harvey Brook, just to show them the condition of our tributaries, our main tributaries. They're not in the business of dredging, and they made that pretty clear, but they are in the business of showing municipal shared services. So we have to be careful how we do it, but it looks like we may get a project out of Fireman's Pond and would like to do some work on Terrace Pond, where there's been excessive sediment buildup. And was the third Lollipop, except for the one out of the Deal Lake watershed, Don?
That's right.
I think the third was Lollipop. So 3 of the areas they're talking about existing in Ocean Township specifically are in the Deal Lake watershed.
Yeah. And then we had another meeting with the Deal Lake Watershed Alliance and Ocean Township authorities, and that went really well. And they're looking at Snell's Pond, Fireman's Pond, and Terrace Pond to help out with. And also Seaview Mall. So the Seaview Mall project is probably hot on the front burner, and it seems like we got some federal money through, what group is that? That's the
Department of Defense.
Department of Defense
We,
money.
we question whether that's going to be available because it's kind of a stretch to use it
Yeah.
for what they're proposing, but we're going to work on it.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot, and but it's a viable project, and we're going to work with the groups to make that happen, and sooner than later. So I think what we're doing sampling, soil sampling, sediment sampling in the 3 lakes. I believe Net Ocean is doing that right now and sending it out for testing, and then we're going to work with Seaview in the county on getting that project, at least the planning of that, completed. So. So that's on the front burner, which is great news, right? And Ocean's all in, as they say. Marge Donnellan is the councilwoman. She's kind of spearheading it. Looks like that's a wonderful day. Water testing, Monmouth. I don't have any updates. Jeannie, you have any updates on the water testing?
I think, yeah, well, because we've been in touch with Jason Adolph, and I believe February is when they are kind of going to come and do a presentation. That's when we've asked them to come.
Okay.
I did ask them if they needed any more water testers, because we have a good group that are continually testing the water. But so far they haven't said that they do. If anyone, I'm just putting this out to anybody here tonight, is interested though in getting trained to do water testing as a citizen scientist, testing Deal Lake water, you can contact us through the contact page on the Deal Lake Commission website and just put in water testing and let us know that you'd like to get trained, because they will do it now on an individual basis,
Okay.
1 or 2 people at a time.
Okay, thanks. And well, there's not much water to test right now. That's not
The
the
going to happen.
spigot's been open. So if you notice, the lake's down about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Getting ready for the cleanup. It's the gates are shut. I don't have them open anymore. I might open up slightly tomorrow to let a little more water out, but it's not going to be a lot. So it is what it is. You can walk to Shoreline pretty safely. Hopefully it dries out by Saturday and it'll be less muddy. And we're going to have a nice group. 90 to 92 people scheduled for Monmouth University. I'm guessing we'll have another 100 on top of that. So we got 5 different locations that we're working with, and Margot's doing the beach cleanup down in Lock Harbor, and there's another cleanup in Asbury. The whole Clean Ocean Action's doing the clean thing. We're going to have a group at the flume, and Aaron Doyle is going to be heading that up, and hopefully her son. They're going to split up, go Lock Harbor, Asbury, and go right around the lake. Carol's going to be doing Interlaken. I got my buddy John McHale doing Allenhurst and West Allenhurst with Nancy Flanagan. I got myself at the boat ramp, and we got the folks in the Watershed Alliance is going to be doing the western section. And I think we have the Cub Scouts doing eventually Lollipop Pond next week. So we got a lot of areas covered. And I see Pat Hartman there. Pat, if you want to grab some young chaps, come over to the boat ramp, and I'll loan you a couple of college kids to help out in that stream and back you, okay?
And Don, let's use this time too to get as many subscribers onto our website. As possible.
Do you have Jeannie? You're going to be there on Saturday.
I'll be there Saturday, but and I think Eddie is on with us tonight too. So Eddie said he will help out.
Eddie's going to be heading. Yeah, Eddie's going to be heading the group too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a special forces operation down over on the Asbury Park side in a strategic area. Eddie knows.
Students to maybe help out with that.
He's got a hard area to work, and we're going to take that.
I'm talking about in terms of getting people subscribe to the email server.
Well, we're going to have people. We're going to have sign up sheets, and we'll have that there, and we'll have a sign up sheet. I'm not going to have the college kids sign the sheets because they have their own sheets they're signing. It's
Right.
the public in general that are coming. And we'll have them sign up, okay?
Well, it's easier.
And we'll try to make it legit. We'll make sure the signatures and the email and the writing's correct, okay? Print, right, thank you. But anyway, it's 9:00. It's going to be all hands. If you guys, anybody can help out, please come out. It's a lot. I'm stressed as it is. So I usually don't get in the water that day because it's a big day with the college kids. I'm trying to keep them off the rail tracks and that Carol knows.
Are we doing the rail tracks done?
We're gonna walk the rails. Yeah. I mean, not
Okay.
the rails, but underneath. We can.
Yeah. I know.
We have the folks from the boat group, Eco Paddle. Oh, crap, I forgot the name. But the wonderful people, and they're going to help out with the boats on the water. I called the rowing guys again and asked them to come out to take the big logs out. There's some big logs floating around, so we'll see who shows up. I think it's going to be a nice turnout. So we got a lot. I assume everybody saw the marketing, the signs, the billboards are out there. So we should get a nice crowd. What else? Any questions on that? Okay. Any old business I missed? We're good. New business. The Asbury Park High School visit today at the Comstock was just wonderful. We mentioned it before, but it was just a great day there, and it was about a half an hour, and they saw the truck come in, they saw the stuff inside, and it was taken out by the DPW guys. And there's some new guys on a guy named Anthony, new worker with DPW. He did a great job. They're talking to kids and explaining everything to them. And Peter was there talking to them also, and also the teacher, Kevin. They're also going to be visiting a flume soon. Okay. Any other new business that I've missed?
I just wanted to address I have an update on the Oxonia Asbury Bridge.
Oh, sure.
So I heard back, that is for anybody who doesn't know, but the bridge had some flaws in the storm drains and a section of the curb that was broken and erosion was taking place that brings sediment and trash into the lake on the east side of the bridge. So I've been working with Dennis Walsh, and I heard from him recently that they did develop a survey. The crew prepared a survey for the site, and he was coming out this week to review the current site conditions. So what he wrote to me a couple of days ago, the intention now is to develop a plan that they can implement with their in-house crews, or they may be calling contracting services. It's centered around improving the storm drains, inlet grates, and improving the curbs and the gutter drainage. So I'll keep you posted on that. He's going to be back in touch with me as to the more specifics, but that's their intention right now. At least there's been a survey done, so they're moving on it.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Okay, let's do Commissioner's last word. Let's start with Margot. Margot, how we doing? Oh, unmute.
Where'd Marco go? She was just there.
Oh, sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Looking forward to Saturday. Mine starts at 9, goes to 12:30. It's at the Euclid Avenue Beach entrance. And I do Allenhurst, Lock Arbor, and I'm quietly doing the north part of Asbury Park.
Okay.
And then also in Lock Arbor, we're working on a snow fence at the entrance to the public beach at Euclid Avenue. We're working on people washing their cars with environmentally unfriendly substances, or hiring those people who go house to house and wash your car. And then we're also encouraging them to go to car washes, not actually do it in their driveway. And we're researching those sprays that people are using on their yards for mosquitoes and ticks. Like, is that really necessary? And, does it go into the lake? And also just encouraging them to clean up the curb area of their own home.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. Carol. There's Carol. She's not talking. She's going for a mouse. Uh-oh. Christmas. It's Carol's Christmas. We lost Carol. Is it Carol Xmas? Xmas? Where'd she go? I lost her. We'll come back. Who do we got? Eric? Oh, there's Carol's back. Hold on. We got Carol. Go ahead, Carol.
I'm back. Anyway, I've been working on a project to partner with Interlake and Shea Commission to do it, potentially create an educational project that would work around the lake shore in a very small, unobtrusive manner that would allow people to use a QR code to understand what they see in terms of birds and trees as they walk around the lakefront. And if it's successful, then maybe we could expand that to other towns as well.
Okay, that's good. Great idea. Carol, she was texting me all this the other day. She was typing fast. She's very excited about it. Very excited about it. All right, thanks, Carol. Eric?
Yeah. I just want to say that, listening to this meeting here and all the things that have been done, I think for a volunteer group, I think it's a pretty good deal. I think that this group here works very hard for the Deal Lake. And, I'm kind of proud to be part of this organization and, working hard. Everybody's doing it, Peter Avakian and, Don, you guys do a great job. And, it's a great
team.
More than just this meeting once a month. I mean, it's what happens in between these meetings, and there's a whole lot that goes on. So, I'm just want to congratulate everybody for all the success we've been having with the Deal Lake. We still have a long way to go, but we're getting there. And I just want to say this: on Monday, I have the opportunity to go to a cranberry bog and help them with the harvest. So I think that'll be awesome.
Nice.
Oh wow! Enjoy. You're going there this Monday?
Yes.
I did it. It's exciting. It's
very.
Yep. And one little tidbit at the end of it.
A really good day on a crispy, clean day when the sky is blue and the trees are green, the water is clear, and the cranberries are red. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Yeah. The one thing about cranberry bogs at the end of around wintertime, before winter, they actually fill them with water and they let it freeze. It protects them actually. If they left them out in the air, cold air, they would actually just get destroyed. So they actually freeze the berries in the water. So, or the plants.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Plants, yeah. They're vines too, by the way.
They're vines. That's right. Thanks. Thank you there. And good luck to you, by the way. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Jeannie?
Well, I'm just excited that we, after all this time, have finally come to a place where we can get this brochure that we've been wanting to distribute to the lakefront homeowners. I'm glad it's with everybody's suggestions and Steve Souza's help reviewing it. But I think it's a really good document that will be very useful to helping to curb a lot of the destruction that we're seeing along the lakefront. And so I know, Don, you're talking about maybe mailing them, but I do know that we'll still need to put it in the hands around the municipalities, to the construction people.
Yep.
So they know what this is. And when they get calls about questions and realtors, people that are dealing with these homeowners can tell them in advance, what kinds of things people need to be aware of before they purchase a property. If they want to put a swimming pool in, they need to know that they're going to have to do something before they put a swimming pool in. And so anyway, I'm excited about that going forward, that we've reached this point. And I'm looking for some people to help me with distributing those materials in the 7 municipalities that we serve.
Okay. And we remember we have the Watershed Alliance to help out too. That's a big group. So anyway, I'm just thrilled. It's been a great 2 weeks. A lot of progress. I mean, progress we've been looking for 8 years. I've been on a commission, and we finally got the big one in Memorial. And I think that's going to be paying huge dividends to the lake. You see what's happening at Comstock. We're going to see, I think it's going to be even fuller on Memorial. We see so much trash back there on every cleanup, and it'll be a lot less, I hope, in the future. And we also, every one of those sites, I just placed signs there with QR codes, so people can scan and go to our website and also the Comtech site and see how they function. So Each site has 2 signs, and they're on display, and I'm just going to leave them up until they blow away or somebody takes them out. So,
Can I just add one thing about that Comstock? When I was there today, one of the things that one of the high school students said was, this high school is right next to the lake, and we come here every day, and it's really the first time that I've even thought about this lake.
yeah, the kids also didn't know the towns on Deal Lake.
Yeah.
They didn't know Interlaken was right across the river, a lake.
So
They didn't know the name of the town, and nothing against the administration, but I mean, we got, maybe we could do more about that. Maybe the county can help out with boats, and we could bring them on tours of the lake next spring. That might help a lot.
Yeah.
And not even Asbury, Ocean Township kids, Neptune kids. I mean, whatever kids are out there. I know Deal School has a good program, a little educational about the lake, and so all this education helps. That's for sure. So, okay, let's open up to the public. Jeannie,
Jesse. A motion to open the meeting to the public.
Offered, Interlaken.
Second, now Asbury Park,
Yes.
Interlaken,
Yes.
Lock Harbor,
Yes.
Neptune,
Yes.
Mission.
sure. Okay, anybody from the public would like to speak?
I see Sylvia has her hand raised.
Oh, we're Sylvia. Okay, Sylvia.
Right here. It's just my picture. I don't want you to have
Oh,
to
I
see me.
She's got a mic in her hand. Wait a minute.
That was at the radio station.
What's up?
A couple things quickly. First, I think that was a great presentation. So thank you for sharing that with everybody. Also, I think I might have, I don't know if I stepped away from my phone for a minute, but you had mentioned something about the county was not in favor or is in favor of dredging. Do you want me to finish before?
Peter, I think Peter made that statement.
Oh, I can answer that. They're not fully capable of handling a dredging project for a municipality, but they're willing to assist.
Right.
And the way they'll do that is that we do the testing and evaluation of the sediment, which Ocean Township has already authorized to be done for at least Terrace Pond, Fireman's Pond, Lollipop Pond.
Not Lollipop, Peter. It's a Snell's Pond.
Well, there is Snell's, but I think we're going to work on Lollipop as well.
Yeah.
And with that testing, if the sediment is clean, they're kind of all in with us. So whatever, however.
I missed.
Yeah.
That was the meeting with the county engineers. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I heard that they were opposed to it, which is different than not able to do the whole thing.
And Sylvia, the meeting we were at, if you remember, that the plan is to use the dredge spoil on the golf course.
Right. I didn't know if something had changed from last week that I wasn't aware of. All right, that's terrific.
Yep.
Lastly was Jeannie, I think it was a great idea. The idea of writing a thank you note. And I realized that, the DPW and the police do get paid to be there, but there's a difference between getting paid to do something and doing it really well. And the DPW and the police in Asbury, they always go above and beyond. And I customarily have them at all of my events because I have to, but I also go to the council meetings and acknowledge that even though I hired them, they are magnificent. And I was actually over there at Booskerdoo when you guys were doing that project. And I thought they were magnificent too. So when I go to the meeting next, I can acknowledge that if it's not a letter that can be distributed by the DLA.
Well, we can put it in the paper, I think. I mean, we could write one for the coaster, right? So
yeah, and I realize I get that they're on salary for that stuff, but
no, they went beyond. You're right.
They do. They always do, and they're really they don't always get thanked.
Yeah.
So which I try to always do that. So Jeannie, thank you for that. I think it's very gracious. I'm done.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll write a letter and give it to you, Don, and you can review it and give it to Jeff to put out on letterhead.
Okay. And we'll eventually send it to the Coaster and the other magazines and the mayor and the council. What else? Anybody else out there from the public? I see Mary was on before. I don't see Mary. Eco, that was Eco Paddle Your Eco. I think that was the group that was helping out. Anyway, that's it. Pat, you're good with coming over and getting people? Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. You're muted.
You're muted, Pat.
I don't live in New Jersey yet, so I hope to send my son over.
Okay, great. If he wants to grab some guys, we'll drag him over there and help you out a little bit.
Yeah, because there's this one spot and the water just doesn't flow back and forth to Fireman's Pond because it's like a beaver dam.
Right. Well, we'll check on that.
I don't mean to be stalking you. I'm interested in the Deal Lake Commission, and that's why I like to come to the meetings.
Welcome.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, Pat's in the first house in Interlaken from what, right? Your first house.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's close the public session.
Motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Second, Asbury.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A motion to adjourn the meeting?
No meeting next month, Jesse.
Right. I was going to say that when we're finished. Someone moved to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Interlaken.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh, I'll oppose it just for the heck of it. We're having such a good time. Anyway.
Did such good work. Thank you.
It was good. It was all good. All right.